off position until the engine stops running. Move the platform ground select switch to the platform position and the ignition switch to the on position. If your scissor lift is not equipped with an engine, you need only to position the platform ground select switch to platform. The select switch is a 3-position switch. Up is platform, down is ground, and in the center is off. The engine will not start at either the ground or platform control locations if the select switch is in the center position. When entering or exiting the platform, always use the 3-point contact method and always face the lift. After entering the platform, ensure the gate or chains are shut or securely latched. Don't use the scissor arms to gain access or leave the platform. Let's check the control lever and toggle switch operation before we start the engine and with your foot off the foot switch or the emergency stop button in the off or down position. The control lever on this scissor lift is equipped with a trigger switch. The trigger switch prevents activation of the drive function when in the neutral position, so let's check that feature. The trigger switch must be depressed in order to activate the drive function. When you release the trigger switch, it should be automatically returned to the disengaged position. Drive and lift controls must also return to the neutral or off position when released. Functions controlled by toggle switches are either on or off, as are some older scissor lifts equipped with control levers. Determine the type of control lever that's on your scissor lift prior to operation. The foot switch, if equipped, must be depressed before any controls will function, and provides an emergency stop means when your foot is removed from the foot switch, and will stop all control functions except emergency stop, horn, start, and choke. Don't block or disable the foot switch in any way. Prior to starting the engine, check the operation of the auxiliary power if so equipped by doing this. Turn on the ignition switch, activate the auxiliary power switch, depress the foot switch if equipped, and activate the desired function. It's recommended that only one function at a time be activated while operating the auxiliary power. Use of the ground controls or auxiliary power while personnel are in the platform is for emergency situations only. Make sure the emergency stop or ignition switch is in the up or on position and your foot is off the foot switch if equipped. If equipped with an engine, it will not start with the foot switch depressed. Next, push the start button. If equipped with a foot switch, leave your foot off of the foot switch and check to see that no functions are operational. On battery-powered units, activate all controls with the emergency stop in the down or off position. Or if equipped with a detent or a lock, lift the lock and move the control lever in both directions. When you release the controller, it should return to the neutral position and the detent or lock should re-engage. Or if equipped with a lever switch, activate the drive and lift controls with the emergency stop in the up or on position and the lever switch in the off position. Also, you should position the emergency stop ignition switch to the down or off position to check that they shut off the engine or battery power and stop all control functions. Now let's operate the scissor lift. The functions controlled by the control levers should be moved with a slow, even motion. The speeds of these functions are either variable from 0 to maximum depending on the position of the control lever, or they're the off-on type. Never slam a control lever through neutral to the opposite direction. Return the control to neutral, stop, and then proceed. The control levers move in the direction of the function selected. First, let's drive the scissor lift. There may be switches that work in conjunction with the drive controller to control drive speed. Check the operating manual for instructions, but remember to do these following points. First, fully retract the outrigger stabilizers or leveling jacks if they're installed. Keep your eyes and your mind in the direction of travel, as well as being aware of clearances and your surroundings. Check the travel path for personnel, holes, bumps, drop-offs, obstructions, debris, and coverings which may conceal other hazards. Do not use high speed in restricted or close areas or when driving in reverse. Switch to low speed when descending grades and before stopping. Reverse driving is intended for worksite mobility only. Always post a lookout and sound the horn when driving in areas where vision is restricted. Also, check the load capacity of floors, bridges, or other surfaces before traveling or operating on the structure to be sure they'll support the weight of the scissor lift and its load. Steering while driving may be accomplished by selecting steer right or steer left. Check that the drive brake holds when the machine is driven up a hill and stop, but do not exceed the rated gradability. The JLG scissor lift must be towed or winched both up and down inclines exceeding the gradability specified for the unit, because the machine does not have the capability to climb these grades and the brakes are not designed to stop and hold the machine on grades in excess of those specified. On units equipped with an axis tilt light, the system automatically activates when the frame is 5 degrees out of level in any direction. When the light is illuminated, the scissor arms should be lowered and the unit moved to a firm, level surface prior to raising the scissor arms. Speaking of unlevel surfaces, don't travel with the machine on grades and side slopes exceeding those specified on the caution placards located on or near the platform control console box or in the operating manual for that scissor lift. Do not raise the platform while driving. Now, let's operate the scissor lift. Lift up and down. Do not operate without the handrails in place and secured. It's a safety violation. Don't step outside of or climb onto the handrails. During entry or exit above ground, OSHA requires that safety belts and lanyards be attached to the structure being entered. Enter or exit through the gate only. The platform floor must be within 1 foot of an adjacent safe and secure structure. Observe extreme caution at all times to prevent obstacles from sticking or interfering with the operating controls and personnel in the platform. Don't tie off the platform to an adjacent structure. During travel and operations, keep all your body parts inside the platform railings. Don't operate the scissor lift while elevated on soft or uneven surfaces as it may tip. Don't operate from a position on a truck, trailer, railway car, floating vessel, scaffold, or similar equipment unless it's approved in writing by JLG. The operator is responsible to avoid operating over ground personnel and to warn them not to work, walk, or stand under a raised platform. Next, extend and retract the deck extension. Release the catches, fully extend the extendable deck, and lock the catches in the platform deck. To retract it, reverse the procedure. Other lifts may be equipped with a fold-down or traversing deck. See the manuals which accompany those lifts for further instructions. Do not lower the platform without completely retracting the deck extension. Do not attach overhanging loads to the platform or increase the platform size with unauthorized deck extensions or attachments. Supplies or tools which extend outside of the platform are prohibited. Don't operate the scissor lift unless it's been serviced and maintained according to the manufacturer's specifications and schedule. Never operate a malfunctioning machine. If a malfunction occurs, shut down the machine, red tag it, and notify the proper authorities. Precautions to avoid all known hazards in the work area must be taken by the operator and supervisor before starting the work. Check your clearances above, on the side, and bottom of the platform when raising and lowering. Never use the platform for any purpose other than positioning personnel, their tools, and equipment. Never use the scissor lift as a crane. Never exceed the manufacturer's rated platform capacity. Refer to the capacity decal on the machine. Distribute the load evenly on the platform floor. If a capacity decal is not present, don't operate the scissor lift. Never position ladders, steps, or similar items on the unit to provide additional reach for any purpose. Keep mud, oil, grease, and other slippery substances clean from your footwear and the platform deck. Avoid an accumulation of debris and tools on the platform. No stunt driving or horseplay is permitted. When riding in or working from the platform, both your feet must be firmly positioned on the deck. Did you know wind conditions affect stability? Don't operate the machine if winds exceed those posted in the manual for your scissor lift. The wind can also cause electrical lines to sway. You must maintain a safe clearance from electrical lines. The machine is not insulated and does not provide protection from contact with or proximity to an electrically charged conductor. You must maintain a clearance of at least 10 feet between any part of the scissor lift and its load and any electrical line or apparatus carrying up to 50,000 volts. 1 foot additional clearance is required for every additional 30,000 volts or less. Remember to allow for platform sway, rock, or sag. So where should you operate a JLG scissor lift? The stability of the unit depends largely on the working surface. Therefore, only firm, level surfaces are acceptable for operation. When 2 or more persons are in the platform, the designated operator shall be responsible for all machine operations. Finally, when your work is done, shut down the scissor lift this way. First, fully lower the platform. Then drive the machine to a well-protected and well-ventilated area. Position the ignition emergency stop switch to off at the platform control. Position the battery switch to off. Chock at least 2 wheels. Turn the platform ground select switch to off and remove the key to disable the machine from unauthorized use. Then, charge the batteries if battery powered. Prior to charging, be sure the electrolyte covers the plates. Connect the battery charger to a properly grounded 110-volt receptacle using an appropriate extension cord. Set the charger timer switch, if equipped, for the desired charging time. After charging, check the electrolyte level of the batteries and adjust it accordingly. Add only distilled water to batteries using a non-metallic container or funnel, and no open flames or smoking when charging batteries. It's important to complete our work safely using the scissor lift. In order to do so, you must utilize common sense and the information provided in this presentation in the operating manual and on the scissor lift. We were not able to cover all optional features or configurations of scissor lifts in this presentation. Therefore, if your scissor lift is equipped differently than those shown in this presentation or in the operating manual, contact an authorized JLG distributor in your area or contact JLG Industries Incorporated for proper operating instructions.